Welcome to the Bird News Network, brought to you by American Bird Conservancy, which conserves native wild birds and their habitats throughout the Americas. This is Steve Homer reporting. Public pressure over the fate of one of the world's rarest birds, the Grenada dove, has caused hotel developer Cinnamon 88 and hotel giant Four Seasons to modify their plans for a massive new resort on the island of Grenada. Questions remain, however, as to whether the revised development plan will guarantee the survival of the largest population of the dove, which probably numbers fewer than 100 individuals. The dove inhabits dry forest with a closed canopy and will rarely venture out into open areas. Much of its historic range, which is limited to the Caribbean island of Grenada, has been deforested by development or severely degraded by hurricanes. A leading expert on the Grenada dove was hired to conduct an assessment of the dove population and to provide feedback to the developer about the planned design. Cinnamon 88 had originally planned to build over 200 villas as part of the resort. Following pressure from American Bird Conservancy and other environmental organizations, that number has been reduced by almost half. The total protected area of Mount Hartman Estate will also remain at 155 acres. However, 20% of the dove's current nesting sites will be lost under the plan.
Surveys have concluded that the Mount Hartman population is by far the most significant for the species. Failure to conserve it could be disastrous for the Grenada dove. One option that is being strongly considered at this time by the government of Grenada and Cinnamon 88, the developer, is the creation of a new protected area for the dove at Beau Séjour. This would constitute mitigation for losses at Mount Hartman and could help improve the long-term conservation status of the dove.
In other news, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency is under pressure from the FMC Corporation and members of Congress to reverse a 2006 decision to take the highly toxic pesticide Carbofuran off the market. A scientific advisory panel recently reviewed the decision and agreed with the EPA that the pesticide poses an unreasonable risk to the environment, particularly birds, and that there is no evidence to recommend reversing the ban. Dr. Michael Fry testified on behalf of American Bird Conservancy at the Scientific Advisory Panel hearing.
Carbofuran is responsible for more deaths than any other pesticide. The EPA currently is engaged in a process to cancel Carbofuran. The registrant, FMC Corporation, is fighting this by forcing a process that EPA has not been required to go through for more than 20 years. That of formal cancellation of a pesticide. In this case, Carbofuran has been found to be too high a risk because it kills birds whenever it is used legally. American Bird Conservancy believes that the FMC Corporation should remove this pesticide from the market and comply with the notice of cancellation.
Carbofuran is one of the most heavily used insecticides in the world, but its extreme toxicity to farm workers and to wildlife have proven it is too dangerous to use. A ban in the United States will likely have a domino effect internationally as other countries frequently follow the EPA's lead. For more information on bird conservation issues, please see American Bird Conservancy's website at www.abcbirds.org. This is Steve Homer. Thanks for joining us at the Bird News Network.